Kerry's crushing victory in the 2006 All-Ireland final was a strong sign that it was business as usual. But going into this year's Football Championship, there were indicators that change was in the air. The champions themselves were under new management, with Pat O'Shea taking the reins from Jack O'Connor, as Kerry attempted to become the first back-to-back winners in 17 years. The National League, in recent times a reliable form guide for the Championship, had been won by Donegal, and their hopes were high going into the summer despite the perennial challenge of Armagh and Tyrone. League finalists Mayo, twice All-Ireland finalists in the last 3 years, were also attracting attention. John O'Mahony had returned to manage his own county for the first time since 1991, and his opening statement was to take Mayo to the National League final. His first championship match was the crunch tie against former Charges Galway. May would be a cruel month. In Leinster, the focus was clearly on Dublin, chasing a provincial 3 in a row, and Laois, where Liam Cairns had succeeded fellow Kerryman, the legendary Mick O'Dwyer, as manager. Dublin had the hard end of the draw, which included old rivals Meath, now regrouping under triple All-Ireland winner Colm Coyle, and defeated 2006 finalists Offaly. As ever, expectations were high as the counties gathered for the 2007 championship. Would there be a changing of the guard and new forces emerging? The road ahead would tell, and along the way would come unexpected triumphs, upsets, hard luck and exhilaration. One winner, but dozens of stories. Cork were unexpected provincial champions in 2006, but Kerry avenged that defeat in the All-Ireland semi-final in the same year. Now Billy Morgan's side are back with their own version of Kerry's towering full forward Kieran Donaghy, the 6'8" Michael Cusson. How would the Twin Towers fare under the mountains in Killarney?
Fine catch, this time by Micheál Quirke. Lays it off, fires Killian Young into the pack of Mike Frank Russell. The overlapped looping ball was for Declan O'Sullivan. Anthony Lynch staying goal side of him. Kerry captain twists, nice ball. Anthony Lynch steps it still. O'Sullivan, and that's a very good score. Towards Michael Cusson. 2 Kerry lads are over there. Linesman at the far side is Vincent Neary from County Mayo, and he's decided that that is a Cork ball, going to be taken by James Masters. Over 16 minutes gone, and you have to say that Kerry have been the dominant side, although it's not fully reflected on the scoreboard. Just 2 points between the teams as Masters kicks this in and sends it over the bar. That's a great kick. Allowed for the breeze. Ger Spillane leaves it in quick for his Michael Cusson. Tom O'Sullivan is there, the jersey seemed to be pulled. James Masters takes the loose ball and flings it over the crossbar. And Anthony Lynch goes forward. In space, about to be challenged by Micheál Quirke. Gives it into the path of Kevin McMahon. There's danger here, it's a cracking shot and it's over the bar. Oh, that's a great catch by Pearse O'Neill. Played with Kieran Donaghy on the Underdogs team a couple of years ago. Here's Michael Cusson, great catch, great turn. And if Donaghy can do it at one end, Cusson can do it on the other. Knocked down by Dara O'Shea, but it comes for Kevin McMahon. And that rhythm, that momentum that Cork have finally discovered. Derek Kavanagh floating it in again towards Cusson. Knocks it down, gathers it, makes room for himself, and Cusson sends it over the bar. Hooch again. That familiar hop, that balance, that control that always a good player always seems to have. That time and space to Donaghy, to Mike Frank. Past the 20, onto the 13, onto his left, and over the bar. The Mahoney with possession, heading towards the 20-metre line. Pearse O'Neill goes with him, back inside his own half. Kieran Donaghy trying to do what Cusson did a moment ago. The Star has announced his arrival. Nice ball for his Colm Cooper. Kieran Donaghy comes out to gather. Graham Canty stays goal side of him. Donaghy gives it back for his own Brosnan. This is fine movement by Kerry. That's a beautiful point. Anthony Lynch from Ballyvourney, 3 times an international rules player, going forward into the Kerry half of the field. lobs this in for Pearse O'Neill, and the goalkeeper has to come off his line, and the goalkeeper brings down the centre half forward. The whistle is blown, but O'Neill is injured.
But to be fair to Diarmuid Murphy, it was a 50-50 ball. He was just marginally late, caught Pearse O'Neill, deserves to get a yellow card, but nothing more than that.
And a yellow card he will be shown. But incredibly, yes, the umpire is going for the flag. Diarmuid Murphy is incensed. He goes to the other umpire, and the Kerry players protest. And it's not normal behaviour for Diarmuid Murphy, I have to say. And Ora Greedy joins in as well. And the umpires down at that end, Michael Kelly and McCauley, just having a word. And now the umpire signals wide. Let's check it out as that ball kept coming and coming and coming and coming, and yes, it is wide. A race for possession between Kieran O'Connor and Colm Cooper, and it's Cooper getting inside the cover. Danger here for Cork. It's his first point in this Munster final. Micheál Quirke seems to miskick that, but Mike Frank might make the most of it. Michael Shields with him. Killian Young dropping this in. Battle between Graham Canty and Donaghy. It's Coach Cooper inside the cover onto the right boot. Goal for Kerry.
There's some awful naive defending there, and that high ball came in okay. Graham Canty had to kind of contest it with Kieran Donaghy, but Kieran O'Connor was caught on the wrong side completely of Colm Cooper that time and left him with an easy enough chance to score the goal, but it was very well taken, it must be said.
Mike Frank Russell, a little push on the back by Kieran O'Connor. Nice ball inside for Tomás O'Shea. Chasing after him is Kevin McMahon. It's O'Shea. Can't control it, still gets the cross in. There's a chance, oh, brilliant save by Paddy O'Shea. And only the brilliance of the St. Vincent's man from the north side of Cork City deprived Kerry of a certain goal. Just watch the agility here, brilliant save. Conor McCarthy hit a shoulder by Killian Young, didn't put him out over the sideline. Subsequently, the Skibbereen man was fouled. Nice ball inside for Kevin McMahon, getting inside the Kerry cover. Here's a chance for Conor! What a cracker! Superb! Just watch this again. As Kevin McMahon created a space, Donaghy O'Connor came here and crash. Diarmuid Murphy could only see daylight, I'm afraid. Lovely combination play by the Rebels, the Leesiders. James Masters dropping it in. Kerry man go up. There's a chance for O'Connor. His jersey is pulled, and he drives it wide, but his jersey was being blatantly pulled.
Just watch again, just pulled back that time, and the point where he was shooting should have been a penalty.
The fans on their feet underneath our commentary position here, standing, waiting anxiously to see who has the leadership here, who has the gumption. Is it Brian Sheehan, perhaps? Is he going to be the super sub? Back to Kieran Donaghy. Floats it in, it's curling, and it's over the bar. Kerry go forward in numbers, takes the shot, and that is over the bar. And that is surely it. In terms of the Munster Championship, his time against him as Kieran O'Connor brought to ground by Killian Young. Cork to win, have to get it past Diarmuid Murphy. Or will James Masters be satisfied with a point punched away? The referee has blown his whistle, which gives Kerry the Munster Championship.
Some of the gloss of their big win over Mayo had been spoiled by Galway's disappointing performance against Leitrim. Sligo, on the other hand, had come back strongly in dismissing Roscommon and were driven by their most famous player, Eamon O'Hara. Still, Galway are raging favourites against a county that hasn't won Connacht for 32 years. A hard-fought and engrossing 70 minutes away.
Sean Davey electing against the shot. Kieran Quinn, Davey back again, and Quinn once more. Three players to his right. Quinn looking for the first point. He's got it. Niall Coleman off the left, switching it across towards Jar Fallon. A legend in Galway football. Can he get away from the cover? Trying to bring Derek Savage in. Awkward looking challenge. It's come to Nicky Joyce. Possibilities! And sent over the bar by Jah Fallon. Galway's first point.
That's a goal chance, but he elects for the point.
Awkward bounce, Jah Fallon getting away from McGovern. McGovern backing him strongly, almost pulls the shirt off it. The free kick, or the free, was always coming.
Here's the pull. And the over-harassment as well.
Well, they're spoiled for choice for free takers. They've 4 guys in the 6 forwards who started who can take frees. Pádraig Joyce being one of them. Nicky Joyce can do it. Michael Meehan, also Cormac Bam. But Pádraig Joyce got the point, and they're level. Michael Meehan. Derek Savage is his target. Ross Donovan is the left corner back for Sligo. Savage does prefer being closer into the opposition goal, as does Pádraig Joyce. Noel Maguire just standing off him. Joyce jinking one way, then the other. Always so confident in possession. Joe Bergen just spilled it, runs past Quinn as if he wasn't there. Here they come, Derek Savage. They're cutting Sligo open. Savage, sensible, took the point. 3 in a row for Galway. Johnny Davey loves to attack, and he's got away from Joyce. Kieran Fitzgerald there, he was fouled. Always seems to steal a yard or two. Just skips in.
They all do.
And slots it.
They all do.
Meehan lets that go. That's awful. Straight to Kieran Quinn. Charlie Harrison to Brian Curran. There's a swagger about them now, a little bit of confidence. Sean Davey ran straight into Hanley. David Kelly. Breheny on that trusty left boot. He can do it from frees, he can do it from play. And they're level. Kieran Fitzgerald launching that forward. McNamara. David Kelly, just one man in the full forward line, and here's Eamon O'Hara surging through. Hanley trying to get back to it. O'Hara! What a fantastic goal!
What a goal. It was very close to goal of the season. It's all about McNamara's foot pass. A lovely little collect and a dish by David Kelly. And just watch O'Hara. Right, brings the barrel up and absolutely flashes it to the net with the left foot. It's a tremendous goal. A great...
Anywhere. Will he back himself? McPartland goes with the fist. He did back himself, and it's a fine point. Now Brian Curran lets it through to Davey. There's a gap. Comer coming back at him strongly. Davey turned back into trouble. Kieran Fitzgerald trying to win it for Galway, but it's Breheny of Sligo on the floor, and it's a free in.
Watch it here. Breheny goes to ground. And watch this tackle now with the hand coming in. Well, you'd have to say there wasn't a lot in that.
Now, Breheny not taking the free from this side. It's Sean Davey who does. Oh, dear.
These are the moments that lose your Connacht finals. That's the reality of it, Dara.
Kenneth Sweeney for Sligo. Still have possession. A scoring chance for Sweeney, and he's done it. Well, now. Sligo are leading by a point. We're heading into stoppage time. It certainly doesn't feel like they're leading like a point. They've had so many chances. The right cornerback, Charlie Harrison, to Sean Davey. O'Hara's off the field for Sligo, remember. Here's Michael McNamara. McNamara launches himself over the challenge. Charlie Harrison still has it. Harrison trying to go around Comer. Some of the Sligo people around us can't look. Here's Kenneth Sweeney. Galway, the maroon wall around them. McNamara for Sligo. He's put it over the bar. Jah Fallon, a legend in Galway football. Here's Cullinan through. Cullinan was hit at the last minute. It's a free in.
Right on the edge of the large rectangle. It had to be done. It's cynical.
25 minutes since Galway's last score. Here's Declan Meehan. Just 3 points they've scored in the second half. Fallon jinks one way, then the other on the outside of the left boot. Has he got it? No, he's put it wide. He's put it wide. That is surely it. The referee has to blow it up now. Here is the whistle. It's all over. And Sligo have ended a 32-year drought. Peter Ford played such a huge part in the Sligo revival after Mickey Moran. They had to do it without Eamon O'Hara, who went off in tears 15 minutes into the second half. Amazing stuff. Full-time score. Historic for Sligo. 110 to Galway's 12 points.
A blazing win over Donegal under their belt, Mickey Hart's Tyrone are strongly fancied against outsiders Monaghan. It's Monaghan's first final since 1988, but Seamus McEnany's team have already surprised Derry and are very confident of taking their high-tempo game in against the twice All-Ireland champions.
The breaking ball again. This time it's picked up by Philip Jordan, playing in his 37th consecutive championship match for his county this afternoon. Up fires Ger Cavlin, who's gone top of the left. Ball inside, fires McCullough onto the left boot. This is sailing over the crossbar. It's the first point from play for Tyrone. Philip Jordan scored a cracking goal against Cavan 2 years ago, putting it into the path of Ger Cavlin. Is there a goal on here? Gives it back to Jordan! What movement! What beauty! What a strike! Left half back, Philip Jordan from Moy comes forward in a surging, incisive run, combined beautifully with Cavlin. 1-2, bang bang, take it out. Monaghan's cage has been rattled. Can they respond? Here's the opening score for them. Going forward here, chance for Tyrone. It's looking easy. Coming through from half-back his own Lennon, although he's wearing number 8. Monaghan try and produce something here. Hit on the turn. The crowd respond, and it's over the bar. Picking up his left cornerback Dermot Carlin, who's playing at right cornerback as such, going forward, putting it into the path of McCullough. It's not a great ball, and Monaghan are there in sufficient numbers. Dick Clerkin, huge, massive support here for Monaghan, obviously. It is Clonus, but every time a Monaghan movement starts, they really get behind their side. It's Freeman laying it off. Goligly to the fullback, Vincent Corey. What's he doing up there? Comes to Paul Finlay, who kicks it perfectly over the crossbar. It's his second point in this Ulster final, one from a free and one from play. And despite Tyrone's dominance, it's now only 4 points.
That's a wonderful score that time. Again, Goligly, you can see him signalling there for the fullback Corey to give it to Finlay, who obliges with a right-footed kick. But all that came about as a result of a misplaced pass by Dermot Carlin on the other side of the field when a goal was wide open.
Monaghan beginning to grow in confidence. Rory Woods pumps it into the corner. They're trying to feed Thomas Freeman. Gets away from the shackles of Conor Gormley. Better movement by Monaghan. There's a chance here. Can it go over the crossbar? It can. Laying it back first, Davy Hart. Goes for the point. It's looking good from here. It's over the bar. Dermot Carlin goes forward from left corner back. Good play by Tyrone. And it's another point. Dick Clerkin dropping this in. It's 1 against 1. A chance here for Monaghan, and it's over the bar. Dermot Carlin. The opening 10 minutes of the first half reflected by the opening 10 minutes of the second half. As Tyrone past the 13, there's a chance of another score. And wisely, the option of fisting it over the bar is taken by Sean Kavanagh for his second point in this game.
That's an absolute wonderful ball that time from Kavanagh, but just watch at the speed of Kavanagh as he goes through that time. Spurned the two boys coming through the middle, had confidence, took his point.
Sean Kavanagh willing to take on that challenge and get by that first tackle. Hits it onto his left and sends it over the bar. Plenty of Tyrone defenders there, including the goalkeeper, John Devine. And once again, Brian Dooher. Good ball over to the far side, picked up by Raymond Mulgrew. Here comes Ryan McMenamin. Tyrone looking in control until that hopping ball went away from McMenamin, picked up by Paul Finlay. Goes for the long ball. It's 3 against 3 up here. And the Monaghan man has it. It's Freeman trying to get inside. He needs the space. There's a chance here. It's a goal! Thomas Freeman was waiting for it. Finally the ball was delivered and he was the man that cracked it up.
The long ball coming in misjudged here. Good kick in from Paul Finlay. Misjudged by the Tyrone defence here. Vincent Corey, I think a judicious nudge we'd call it, Marty. They had the presence of mind to find, I think it's Freeman, yeah, fabulous shot into the corner.
This is Rory Woods. Goes again for the long ball. One Monaghan man up there. That's Vincent Corey. Not bad for a fullback. Getting inside. Tries to get it across to Freeman. He knows he can score. Hits it onto his right and that's over the bar. Route 1. This time it's looking better. Oh, Vincent Corey knocks it down to Freeman. Back to Corey. Can he score? Lovely skill by Corey. Great save by John Devine.
Just watch again the vision here into Corey. Just watch the sight. Beautiful from a fullback. Does everything right. Maybe just got the challenge from Gormley at the judicious moment, but a great save from Devine.
Philip Jordan. A long ball. Up fires own Mulligan. Ball hops kindly for him. Gets inside Dermot McArdle. Still Mulligan. Oh, off the crossbar. And Monaghan survive. But just watch this. The ball hopping kindly for Owen Mulligan. Getting inside the tight marking of Dermot McArdle. Cracked off the crossbar. And luckily enough, Colin Flanagan was there for Monaghan. Has to be Route 1. Another high dropping missile. Gathering it is Rory Woods, trying to get inside the cover. Surely held, the referee blows his whistle. It's a free in for Monaghan. Trying to loop this in, there's a chance. Hits it, and it's over the bar. It's on Devine, takes the kick out. And Tyrone have won the Ulster title. It was a most entertaining game of football. It lagged just after half-time when Tyrone, like they did in the first half, took control. Philip Jordan's goal after 6 minutes set them on their way. But a great goal after 41 minutes by Thomas Freeman gave Monaghan life. At times they were down by 7 points, but sheer spirit and determination brought Monaghan back into the game. But for Brian Dooher and Tyrone, it's their 11th Ulster title. Full-time score here in Clonet's. Tyrone 115, Monaghan 113.
2 years ago, Dublin were lucky to beat Laois by a point in the Leinster final. 12 months later, they hammered them in the semi-final. This time around, under new management, Laois are upbeat and determined to set the record straight. Dublin, however, are fired up by the replay win over Meath, even if the defeat of Offaly wasn't as impressive. Both teams really need this victory to keep momentum on track, and something's got to give.
Here come Laois raiding through. This is Peter O'Leary. Again, not the biggest player in the world. Paul Lawler, physically much stronger. Movement from Bino MacDonald. O'Leary again from the O'Dempsey's club. He's hit that beautifully. That's a very fine score. And he just punches the air. Beautifully taken. The Laois right half forward. This is a corker. Collymore and the Dublin captain. Here's Brian Cullen. Cullen halted by Quigley, held onto it too long. Referee only a couple of yards away penalises Brian Cullen of Skerry's Harps and Dublin. Good pressure on him.
Bit high, got away with it. Peter O'Leary certainly went a bit high, Dara, but got away with it.
Parkinson and Casey, that'll be quite a battle. McConnell is marked absent. Here's a chance for a goal. Cluxton made the stop, it's gone in. Ross Munnelly with the goal for Laois. It seemed the chance had gone and that Cluxton had kept it out. The Dublin fullback all at sea, Ross McConnell.
That's absolutely brilliant by MacDonald, because he knew that Ross had committed himself. Ross McConnell had committed himself. He stepped back. Now there's a little bit of loss of form. He hasn't the confidence. But look, Munnelly in like a bullet on the break, and he's going to slide it home, and that's what he does.
Darren Rooney drives out. Paul Lawler. Lawler sends it high. Here's Ross Munnelly, a student in DCU. David Henry not near enough to Munnelly. Oh yes. David Henry. Up from right corner back, Barry Cahill. Quigley just couldn't stretch for that. Bernard Brogan. With the socks pulled up, Brogan jinking one way then the other. Now Conal Keaney. Keaney's been picked up by Cahill Ryan. And Keaney scored. Cahill. He's been very prominent now. A race for possession, Brogan and Higgins, and that's a free in, the referee says. Higgins penalised. Dublin want to play on with Brian Cullen, but the referee, you could hear the whistle. There was a short pull in there. It's a free in, Vaughan territory. "12 points he's got in the championship to date." Oh, wow. That's the way to take frees. Stick the ball on the ground. No mess and just slot it over. That's beautifully taken. Here's Collie Moran. Colin Parkinson. Moran still. Second year as Dublin captain. Now Brogan keeps stealing a yard or two on Higgins, or maybe Higgins is giving him that space and inviting him to run on. Here's Bernard Brogan. Very nicely taken point. A family affair with the Brogans. Allen the provider this time. Higgins wasn't close enough, and Bernard Brogan applied the finish. That's a huge kick from Fergal Byron. Ryan missed it. Who'll win the break? Barry Cahill was there. Casey also on hand. Dublin had two men to win that ball. Now Collie Moran drifting from the far wing. And so much space for Moran. Goes long with it. Conal Keaney has got away from Darren Rooney. It's Ryan indeed is marking him, and the right foot not as reliable as the left, but it could still work out as a dangerous ball for Dublin. Well taken, Byron, and he just brushed Jason Sherlock aside. Did he do it legally though?
I would say he was quite lucky to get out of jail with that one. He should have concentrated on getting it to a defender, not taking on a Dublin attacker. But here we go with O'Leary.
O'Leary hasn't seen too much of it in the last few minutes. Laois still leading. That Munnelly goal decisive. Will this be a decisive move for Colin Parkinson? Yes, it will. Clancy fisting that away as Kieran Whelan attempted to catch it. Here's Barry Cahill. Away from Tierney. Paul Griffin of Kilmacud Croke. Shane Ryan plays with Naomh Marnogue on the north side of Dublin. Inviting Keaney to run onto it. Cahill Ryan is marker. Keaney has it. Somehow managed to worm away. Here's Brian Cullen. Goal chance. Vaughan is free. Quigley with the challenge. It's a free in. That goal will not count.
No, he's giving it. He's giving it. He's giving it, Dara. He shouldn't be. There was a size of steps by Brian Cullen. I'm sure of that.
Well, the goal given, it appeared that the referee was giving a free in. He had the hand up in the air.
Yeah, sometimes that signifies that he's playing advantage, but there was no advantage because the free had to be against Brian Cullen. He completely overcarries the ball. Dishes well to Vaughan, a great finish. No taken away from that, but Brian Cullen surely oversteps. Watch it here. Oh, there's a load of steps there, Dara.
8 steps, 7 at least before he hit the floor. Dublin leading. For the first time since the second minute of this game. That was a loose ball in. Darren Rooney lost concentration. Vaughan has been the scoring star for Dublin so far. A goal and 4 is it for Vaughan. Here's Jason Sherlock in low to Keaney. Here's another chance. Bernard Brogan! What a 60-second spell for the Leinster champions, and they have turned this around in some style. 2-7 is quite a total as we head to half-time.
It's a lovely inside ball, a lovely dip in by, oh, what a finish. Keaney gives it to Bernard Brogan. Look how cool he is here, Dara. That is textbook. That is perfection.
Laois are trailing by 3 points here, and Dublin into it straight away with Kieran Whelan. Whelan jinking inside away from McMahon, and Whelan has it back again, and that is just the sort of score that the Dublin players and their supporters wanted to see from Kieran Whelan. Driving through, persistence paying off. Byron drilling that down. Paul Lawler at centre forward. Here's Colin Parkinson. They need a score now. Casey with them. Parkinson into Hill 16, and he slotted that one over. And Parkinson having a fine Leinster final. That is his 3rd point in total. Kieran Whelan had it, so that's the first one going against the head, I suppose. Quigley can go left or right. With him now is Brian McCormack. 3 men all over the place. McCormack puts it over the top. That's brilliant from Keeney. Here's a chance. Can it be 3? Yes! Bernard Brogan scored a goal in the first half. Allen's got one now. And just like last year, Laois have conceded 3 goals against Dublin. It's a 5-point game now. This feels like a big moment in this Leinster final.
Well, there's the mismatch I was talking about. Keeney wins it beautifully in the air, links up, and a super finish. And it's lovely to see a player put it in the net, turn around with a big smile. That's the sort of celebration we want to see.
Bernard Brogan is winning an awful lot of ball for Dublin. They're way on top in terms of possession. Laois need to do something pretty quickly. I wonder, will Liam Kearns try and make a change or two to affect this game from the line? The ball just coming straight back at them when they come out. They're launching it forward, and Dublin winning it so easily. And the marking has gone all over the place. Sherlock has won another ball with no real pressure on it. Here's Collie Moran. The 2 inside forwards just standing, and Moran goes himself. A lot of steps. Overhit it. Here's Alan Brogan. Brendan Quigley. Here's Paul Lawler. They badly need a score. Oh, that was superb from Lawler. Henry made to look silly. Here's a chance. Oh! Off the crossbar. The shot was from Torrig McMahon. Laois badly needed that to go in. How close was this?
Oh, it's inches, Darren.
Peter O'Leary. Oh, that's a lovely ball in towards Parkinson. Colin Parkinson! Good stop by Cluxton. Out for the 45. That's a really fine save. Parkinson, I think, maybe forced a little bit too wide, but goal on their minds. Alan Brogan, again trying to bring a bit of intensity. Kieran Whelan, oh, that's a super point. That's one of the scores of the day. Here's Conal Keeney, he's done the business too. Bernard Brogan. To Mossy Quinn. That looks lovely. Bernard Brogan. Barry Cahill. Ger Brennan. Very left-footed player, he lets it off to Brogan. Now Brennan again. They've got him free. Brennan scores a point in the Leinster final about 30 seconds after coming in. And there is the whistle for full time. Dublin celebrate Leinster title number 47. Full-time score. Dublin winning by 3-14 to Laois's 1-14.
Every year a new fairy tale county emerges. This is Sligo's first Croke Park date as Connacht champions in 32 years. But they are still outsiders against a Cork side that have their minds set on the All-Ireland. The underdogs tag doesn't bother Sligo, but this will be a tough task.
As the Rebels go forward from the midfield area, Derek Kavanagh lays it back, fires Kevin McMahon. Scored 3 points against Louth. The layoff was an illegal one. It was grabbed by Ross Donovan, but it didn't matter. The referee was totally correct. This is the captain of Sligo. Referee wants the kick to be taken. There's jersey pulling off the ball, actually. and he's pointing to the Corkman and showing a little black book as well. It would seem to be to Ger Spillane, the centre-half back. Well spotted by the referee. Sean Davey operated to left half forward against Galway, and here comes right half back again, Paul McGovern. Flicking it inside, Cork are exposed. There's a chance of a goal for Sligo, and Alan Quirke saves. Brilliant save by Alan Quirke. But Cork defensively are all over the shop. Sligo are hitting them with everything. Ball is dropped in. There's a chance for Mark Parkland, and he puts it over the bar. And just for a moment, it might have been a fleeting moment, but there was actually a chance of a goal here. Would you agree, Kevin?
You're absolutely spot on. Look at it there. Oh, just put down on the right boot and keep it low. You can't miss from there.
Cork's advantage, picked up by John Miskela with the support play of James Masters. Top scorer, not just for Cork, but indeed in the whole championship, with 3 goals and 23 points. And that has changed. It's 3 goals and 24 points for James Masters. And Cork and Sligo are level, but it took Cork 10 minutes to get their opening score. Gives you an idea of the time span, particularly on the Sligo side of that graphic. 12 minutes since they scored that opening point. Dropping in towards Michael Cussin. Comes down, fires the right half forward, a chance, and beautifully tucked away by John Miskela. The long ball is working for Cork when they put it in for the very first time, I must say. It comes for as Cussin, he gets a touch to it here. Miskela was onto it, and he's showing the vein of form that deserves his place, whether it be number 5, number 7, or indeed number 10. The game plan for Sligo is not working up front. They need to change it, or at least think about it. That's hit straight at Kieran Quinn. Didn't come out well out of it. Comes back again as far as the Corkman, James Masters. Here's John Miskela. There's a chance here of another goal. Gone inside is Pearson. A brilliant save by Philip Green. It should have been a goal. And maybe that might just inspire Sligo to wake up. They're in Croke Park for an All-Ireland quarter-final. It's time to shed the nerves. It's time to start thinking tactically, perhaps running at the ball. Brendan Egan. Eamon O'Hara has gone inside. Chance here for full forward Sean Davey, and that is over the bar. It's more like it from Sligo. It's been a long time coming, but it took a little bit of heart, and a brilliant save by Philip Green at the other end, and it ended with Sean Davey kicking this over the crossbar.
It's a let off for Sligo, because that was another superb chance, but they get the point the other end, and now can it lift it?
Nicholas Murphy starts the proceedings with a clean win of possession, lays it back for his Pierce O'Neill here from Donegal O'Connor, and that is over the bar. Pierce O'Neill scored 5 points in the championship campaign so far, twice against Tipperary, one nearly in every game. Here's David Kelly, lays it back for his Harrison once more. Better stuff out of Sligo. They need to create, but they lose possession too easily. Kevin McMahon does the hard work. Ger Spillane does the vacuuming. There's Derek Kavanagh. Ball is given away, however. A chance here from Mark Breheny, and that is over the bar. Well, they have to show their character in this second half. It's that or it's goodbye to the championship here in Croke Park for Sligo. Kick out is taken by Alan Quirke. Coming across here is Ger Spillane. Chasing after Johnny Davey. The small man hits the big man, and the big man falls. Here's Davey cutting inside. Sean Davey is available. Davey combines. Can there be a finish? It's over the bar. The highlight of the game so far in Croke Park. A little bit of hitting, a little bit of skill, and a little bit of scoring. Kieran Quinn had the vision to see that the Sligo man was available. The first touch is poor by Paul McGovern. Flicks it forward. There's a chance here for Mark Breheny. He hits on his left, and that's over the bar. Second point for Sligo. I don't know what happened at halftime, but certainly something did, because they were terrible in the first half. They're beginning to show that they have footballers in Sligo. They're beginning to show that they have a football team. Eamon O'Hara Dropping this one in as a breaking ball. Going back to gather is Michael Shields, but he didn't gather it. Kieran O'Connor is there. It's a scrappy effort. The jersey pull. There's a pick off the ground outside the small rectangle, and the referee is giving a free.
He missed the jersey pull, though, Marty.
He missed the jersey pull.
Yeah, that was a Sligo penalty. I'm pretty sure of it. We'll see it here, just where it breaks forward now. He's going to soccer it into the net here. Just here now.
No, I think the referee is correct, Kevin. So a chance here for Mark Breheny. Tap that one over the bar for his third. Conor McCarthy giving the 1-2. Trying to get inside. Did well when he came on the Munster final against Kerry. Difficult enough angle, he chips it in, and that is over the bar. From Skibbereen in West Cork, Conor McCarthy makes an impression when introduced and gives Cork a 6-point advantage. It's the end of the road for Sligo. They won that, but I think they head down the road to Sligo very, very disappointed with their overall performance. But right through the game, Cork were always the better side, and in a poor match in Croke Park, probably the worst that we've seen this season, Cork go through to the All-Ireland football semi-final on that scoreline. Cork 1 goal, 11 points, Sligo 8 points.
Ulster champions Tyrone are closing in on another All-Ireland, but this is a testing quarter-final. Meath have put together the county's best ever run in the qualifiers, playing some attractive, direct football. How will they cope against such experienced opposition and the masters of the blanket defence?
Brian Farrell now, turning in beautifully, past McCall, and he slides it over the bar, inch perfect. Great score, Brian Farrell, after 4 minutes of play. Meath have it again. And that is Chris O'Connor, only 19 years of age. He's come to the minors and the juniors. Mark Ward, nicely across as far as Bray once again, taking on McMenamin, and that just clips the crossbar and goes over. It's Philip Jordan, heading away past Stephen Bray. Leaving it there for Damien McCall. Nobody coming to challenge him. Nobody still coming to challenge him. Now 2 players advancing on him, and McCall's right up at the 20-metre line, and it's Cavill who kicks, and he puts it over the bar. Meath wide open, and McCall must have made 50 metres that time. And Gerald Cavill, the one who puts it over eventually, and it's Tyrone's opening score. Here's Stephen Bray getting in past McMenamin, who gets back goal side. Bray on his left boot, and that's a beautiful point. Kevin Riley. Support ahead, it's Darren Fay. Scored a goal against Kildare, the opening round of the Leinster. Huge one forward. Long, oh, what a good catch that is. Brian Farrell. Paderborn now. Teasing Philip Jordan. Onto the left. It travels truly, it's got the legs, and it's over the bar. Galway touches it down to Brian Dooher. In support here is Ryan McMenamin. Swiftly across towards McCullough. Quick look around to see who's making the movement. It's Dooher, injured or not. Gets it forward here to Davy Hart, trying to steal a march on his opponent there, Darren Fay. Nice ball over towards Mulgrew, and Mulgrew kicking it high, hoping it'll carry. It does. Here's Paderborn turning into the challenge of Kevin Hughes. Force back. Moyles. Good strength and determination being shown by Meath. Here's Garrity coming onto it. Quick as you like, he puts it over the bar. Up towards O'Rourke again. Doing well. Looking for support. Getting it there from Nigel Crawford. Into space, Brian Farrell trying to get it on the inside of Damien McCall. Little chip ahead. Byrne! Oh, the goalkeeper does really well. John Devine gets his body there in the way key moment, and Paderborn is foiled.
Yeah, wonderful touch that time again from Brian Farrell. Wonderful vision also. Look at the quality of that pass.
Broken down by Crawford. Picked up by Brian Dooher. Lovely ball ahead to Sean Cavan, and nobody was marking him. Mark Ward's after him. Cavan has got a great chance. It's in the back of the net. Wonderful score. In the 24th minute, Sean Cavanagh rocks it into the back of the net for his 5th ever goal at this level, and it's a 1-point game. Tyrone are right back into it again. Meath by the minimum, thanks to Sean Cavanagh.
And by God, they needed that. Again, Dooher got the ball, a lovely little flick forward to Cavanagh, who, when he saw the space in front of it, attacked it. And again, no matter what Mark Ward did, the space kept increasing, and a fabulous shot to the roof of the net.
That's certainly rocked Meath. Anthony Moyles trying to set up Stephen Bray. Again taking on McMenamin. Onto the right boot this time. Right or left. He is superb. And that's a 3rd point for Stephen Bray. Davy Hart trying to build a platform for Cablin. Nice return. Ryan Mellon coming in. Lovely block. Good play. And Meath get it away. Terrific block that time. Here's Kevin Riley. All the way down as far as Stephen Bray once more. Strong, forceful, very powerful, very perceptive. Great pass to Geraghty. Can he complete the move now? He does so in devastating fashion. Sean Cavanagh. Can he get them going? They need his inspirational lifting ability. Philip Jordan. Going long this time, that's good. Decent ball outside here. Damien McCall popping up at right corner. Here he's going. Now can he finish? The answer is a very definite yes. Here's McMenamin. Had a wretched first half. Now a new position for him. Out to Cavanagh. How they could do it a little bit more. Driving forward from him. Well, they really were thundering into him. And the referee blows his whistle. Mark Ward, the player who's been spoken to. Watch the number 8 approaching, up and over.
Yeah, that was very rash, very ill-disciplined and rather stupid again. I don't think Cavanagh was going anywhere quick, and again Mark Ward has earned a yellow card for his troubles.
A little bit of inexperience, really. He's only playing in his 13th championship match this afternoon, Mark Ward. This man is vastly experienced. Ger Cablin. Point in the first half, and that hits the post. Mulligan finishes. Quiet for so long, and in the 2nd minute of the 2nd half, Owen Mulligan pounces to drive in his 8th goal in the championship, and it came from this long ball which came down off the post. Mulligan was waiting. Mulligan finished.
Yeah, great bit of anticipation by Mulligan. Ball hit the post very high up. He was more alert than anybody else and finished it so clinically to the bottom of the net.
Nicely ahead here for Joe McMahon to come away from fullback. He's quite used to it. He's played in a variety of roles. So short, however. Brendan Murphy. Very composed goalkeeping. Oh, Faye's jersey was pulled wickedly by McCullough that time. Out as far as Queeveen King. Trying to get away from the pressure play of Ryan Mellon. The game has turned around almost completely. It's Tyrone all of a sudden playing the high-pressure game. Trying to unsettle Meath, and Meath not trying to break that pressure. Riley with his long, typical deliveries into the forwards. It's a great ball. Beautifully on for Geraghty. Feeding it in. He's got it. Graham Geraghty in the 45th minute. He did it in the semi-finals a decade ago against Tyrone. He's done it again here. And that simply adds to his impressive goals tally. There's no stopping Geraghty. In for his 14th. And the match swings back in Meath's direction. They lead by 3 points. 111 to 2-5. Quite a game. McGinley. Only 3 points in it. Tyrone won't panic. Twice they won the All-Ireland in this decade. Twice Cavanagh has been magnificent in those victories. Here he comes again! Oh, outside. Should have been his 2nd goal of the game, and he knows it. What an opportunity, getting well by McGuinness this time, onto the right boot, and he rolled it just the wrong side of the post. Hefty shoulder there on Seamus Kenny. He withstands that. Whatever doubts there were about the strength of his shoulders coming into this in the second half, he's okay. And that's Mark Ward's kick, and that is over. Meath get it away through Moyles again. Carlin going back to the 65-metre line to retrieve it. There'll be 2 added minutes played. So we've got about 2.5 minutes still to go. Can Stephen O'Neill and the others keep Tyrone in this contest, in this championship? McGinley nicely in here. Mellon back, McCullough smothered by Meath players. It bounces back out, comes out to Ryan Mellon again, and he kicks it over the bar. And the margin's down to 2 points. Still a few seconds to go. They just need to get it down there, hold it. Cian Ward to hold on to it, to take it forward. The referee has blown his whistle. There was a foul, and it's just holding up the inevitable now, it seems, because we're into the 73rd minute.
Yeah, once again we have seen a beautiful exhibition of the execution of the basic skills of the game. Again, a long ball, perfectly controlled with the first touch from Cian Ward.
It's all over, and Colm Coyle's Meath have beaten Tyrone, and the Ulster champions are out of the hunt for Sam Maguire. Just look at the fans celebrate. It's finished. Meath the victors. Meath 113, Tyrone 2 goals and 8.
A third Leinster title under their belt, Dublin nonetheless remain haunted by near misses in recent years. Derry are the form side in the qualifiers and have a number of talented players from the All-Ireland winning Minors of 2002. They are quietly confident of silencing the Hill.
That ball is played up as far as Paul Murphy, playing with a damaged knee. So he's got a little bit of a concern. Conleth Gilligan here, gone back to the Derry team this year. Paul Murphy again, stealing a march here. Onto the left side, and he puts it over the bar, making a very good start for Derry. David Henry coming onto it. Inside towards Conal Keaney. Kevin McCloy going across, shadowing him. Keaney trying to use his strong upper body strength to keep McCloy at bay. Still he's got it. Should be the full-backs. Oh, it's fumbled. Comes back to Bernard Brogan. It's a very good save by Barry Gillis after Kevin McGuckin had made the defensive error. Towards Mark Lynch, who couldn't handle it. Back towards Muldoon, the free taker. Quick look around now. Having surrendered the lead. Looking for something here, looking for Paddy Bradley. Can he get the measure of Ross McConnell, a relatively inexperienced full-back, and he's put that one beautifully over. The loose ball picked up by Mark Lynch, quickly inside to the inside forwards. Inside for Bradley again, well away from the goal area, some 50 metres out. This is Colin Devlin, or rather it's Conleth Gilligan. Gilligan kicking, and he's put it over the bar. Here's Bernard Brogan taking on McEldowney, skinning him on his left. Tight angle, great point. David Henry has it. J.O. much more involved as a link man, and he's linking the attack very well, something he does very precisely. Paul Casey, the anxious to up his performance from the last day. In for Alan Brogan, that was a great pass. Brogan making an angle, teasing, tormenting Sean Marty, and in the end firing it into the hill and over the bar. Only 22 minutes are gone, and the lead has changed hands 4 times already in this match. And King and Whelan on here for Casey. Back to Collie Moran, the captain to row in with a score. Again, the battle in the centre of the park this time. Whelan trying to fist it down. Bit of dragging and holding. Free kick in quickly to Colin Devlin. Onto the left boot. And that is over, and there's no doubt about this one. Fergal Doherty jumping, but getting there first is his midfield partner, James Conway. That's McGoldrick. Nicely forward towards Bradley, bounces beautifully for him, doesn't like the right, wants to get it on the left usually, but he uses the right this time to make a liar out of me and fires it over. It's a great score, it's a third point for Paddy Bradley. Conrad Gilligan releasing it here to Jared O'Kane. O'Kane, nobody near him, loads of space in which to set up something. Paul Murphy's got one with the left already, and he's got another. Collie Moran again. Bernard Brogan holding it here. O'Kane's after him, but it's still Brogan. Good class, good ability, great striking. That's a third for Bernard Brogan. 3 out of 4 shots put over the bar. Paul Casey, Jason Sherlock, for a Dublin team who've got 8 points in the last 20 minutes of the first half against Derry's efforts producing just 3. As Alan Brogan takes the chance, puts it over the bar into space, should be Muldoon's. And there was a lot of pressure and a foul by Paul Casey. Free awarded. 4 points between them. Rocky period for Derry. 8 minutes gone in the second half, and they've just got 1 point, and that from a Paddy Bradley free. But here comes Owen Bradley, his brother. Bradley letting fly off Cluxton. They're holding after it, and it's still there. Paddy Bradley trying to finish. Cluxton again, handling it, taking it down. Devlin, and here comes the centre half back, Brian Cullen, standing his ground, and Cluxton really in the firing line, stopping first of all Owen Bradley and then Paddy Bradley. Derry could have done with that. Right now they're going to do with possession here from Jared O'Kane out of the half line. Francis McEldowney. Well, that was a body blow for Dublin, but it could have been far more serious. A chance presented to Derry. They did nothing with it then. How about Devlin's second time of asking? This is a goal chance. Again it's Bradley, Owen Bradley, and another great save by Stephen Cluxton. Oh, this is all-star goalkeeping by Dublin's number 1, showing why he has this wonderful record of clean sheets in championship matches for the team. Brian Cullen, Dublin living dangerously. Now it's Derry's turn to panic, and J.O. is in, and he's content with a point. Good ball into Paddy Bradley, won't give up on this. Again taking on Griffin. Too tight an angle for a right foot shot. Looking for support players, it's O'Kane. Back to Bradley. Devlin, 1 point in the first half. It's a difficult one, he's got it! Fed ahead to Conrad Gilligan, haven't seen anything of him in the second half so far. Into Paddy Bradley. 1 point, that coming from a free. Looking for more, is it tailing in? Just about! 26 minutes gone in the second half. Derry have only got 3 points. Tells its own story. Fergal Doherty trying to do something about that. He's got one. Collected in the centre of the park by Fergal Doherty once again. Kicked long this time by Barry McGoldrick. Paddy Bradley. 5 minutes to go. Bradley kicking. It's an awkward one for the goalkeeper that sails over the bar. Owen Bradley against Barry Cahill, kicking with the right. That is a useful looking kick, it's a beauty. Remember, it's a 3-point game. And Barry McGoldrick, he lashed out. Joe Dibber rather, he lashed out after he won the possession and won the free. This is going to be taken by Muldoon, who hasn't scored today. The provider. Derry look for it, Bradley has it! And it's saved, if its string was taken out of it. It was easy for Cluxton, but it was another goal chance. And the Dublin fans saluting their backs for great teamwork. Forward towards Darren McGee. Listen to the fans, the 80,000, most of them from Dublin, trying to see their team home. And there's the final whistle. And Dublin beat Derry in the Bank of Ireland All-Ireland quarter-final at Croke Park. 3 points the margin at the finish. Dublin got quite a fright, quite a battle from Derry, but Dublin, with great teamwork, have beaten this Derry team that have come through the qualifiers. Final score, Dublin 18 points, Derry 15 points.
Reigning champions Kerry last played 7 weeks ago. Hotly fancy to progress, they still have to cope with a fast, fluid Monaghan side that has successfully adopted the Tyrone style of play. Taking on the champions is, however, a big step up, and at the end, the championship nearly took a very different route.
Down towards Kieran Hanratty, who's last minute addition to the starting 15. Laying it back, fires Rory Woods. Donamoy willing to take on the Kerry defence. Floating this high. It's on target, it looks like. The umpires consult. It's the opening score. Slow and methodical. Gary McQuaid. He certainly likes to go forwards. Ty Holland and Mark Monaghan. Good ball up first, Thomas Freeman. Staying with him is Mark O'Shea, twisting and turning. Freeman looking around for a little bit of support. Good play by Monaghan. Kieran Hanratty cuts inside. Kerry are ball watching. Here's Hanratty, he's brought it down. That surely is a penalty. Look at this again. Got inside. Now just watch the Kerry defenders. Hanratty suddenly say, hey, look at this. Here I go. Inside the large rectangle. Brought down. Penalty.
Yeah, it was just in the margins of the large rectangle again. Very good play from Hanratty. Held his nerve very well to keep the ball in play. Invited the tackles. Won the penalty.
Thomas Freeman. 2 goals and 20 points. Facing Dermot Murphy. All-star goalkeeper. It's Freeman. Low. Goal. What a start. Rank outsiders. After 8 minutes of play, the scoreboard on top of your television screen, left-hand corner, is not a mistake. It's Monaghan 1-2, Kerry 1 point, a brilliant penalty and a brilliant start. Declan O'Sullivan. There's Paul Galvin, knocked away. Seamus Scanlon as Kerry try to control matters. Owen Brosnan sending it straight over the crossbar. Gary McQuaid, outstanding in the Division 2 final back in 2005. Good ball inside as well. First Rory Woods. There's a chance here in Monaghan. He's still going to take the fisted option and sends it over the bar. Breaking ball favours Gary Quaid. Stephen Gallagher. Gary McQuaid being hit off the ball there accidentally, I think, more than anything else. Referee says, oh, and Richard Woods lays it off. There's a chance here from Monaghan. Vincent Corey's inside, but Gallagher goes it alone, and he puts it over the bar. What a first half performance by Monaghan. Kick out goes past midfield. Damien Freeman's first touch. Owen Brosnan coming through. Hit by a wall of Monaghan players. Colm Cooper tries to make an angle for himself. Twists and turns, coming from a defensive position. Mark O'Shea doing well, still dropping this in, and that looks like a good score. Outside here is Seamus Scanlon. Colm Cooper floats it in high. It's 2 against 1 here. Advantage Kerry. Kieran Donaghy. Back to Mike Frank Russell. Squeezes it inside the left-hand post. It's his first point from play and his 3rd overall. Half an hour played. Kick out. Breaking ball. Rory Woods. Backfires Gary McQuaid. Vincent Corey wants it over towards the Cusack stand side. Number 3 on number 3. Here comes Corey. Makes an angle. Tries to flick it inside. This is good play by Thomas Freeman. He's straight through. Can he get a touch? Goes off a Kerry man. Aimed at star Kieran Donaghy. Couldn't knock it down to Mike Frank Russell, so he has to go back and gather it. Paul Galvin. Colm Cooper on the overlap. Galvin turns, floats this one in. Shane Duffy is underneath it. And the ball has not, yes it has, crossed the line. The umpire was about to raise the green flag. Hasn't done it. And it's play on. The referee has blown his whistle and given a free out. That's what has happened.
Donaghy was in there, I think, before the ball arrived, and the referee had called a free out.
So you think he was right?
I think he was right, actually, yeah.
Okay. And here comes Monaghan down at the other end. We'll go back to that in a moment as Thomas Freeman sends this over the bar. Paul Finlay. Goes for the long ball. Kieran Hanratty has gone into space again. Gathers. Turns. And that is a fabulous point. Challenge on Paul Galvin was an illegal one and an unfair one, and Dick Clerkin, I'm pretty sure, will be shown a yellow card here by the referee David Coldrick.
Yeah, that's a very clumsy tackle that time by Dick Clerkin again. He met Paul Galvin and certainly caused trouble and earns a yellow card for his troubles.
Hanratty, difficult angle. Was that the right option? Oh, incredible. It was. Seamus Scanlon. Rory Woods preventing him from going any further. Ball is aimed at Donaghy once more. Batted down, chance of a goal! Declan O'Sullivan. It finally worked. The long ball in around the square. Donaghy there or thereabouts, sniffing around. The ball broke past Declan O'Sullivan and he smacked it home.
So simple, Marty. Again, they have tried it again and again today. That's the first time it has worked. The flick down, the anticipation, the finish. Great score from Declan O'Sullivan. Kerry are right back in it.
Rory Woods had a great first half. They're lobbing it in high again towards Vincent Corey. The knockdown is to Freeman. There's a touch there. Back outside first, Paul Finlay. That's over the bar. Tomas O'Shea continues to lob this in high. Breaking ball. Picked up by Darren O'Sullivan. Available this side is Brian Sheehan. Will he go for goal or point? The latter is the answer. Knocked away by Paul Finlay, but Kerry retained possession. Brian Sheehan lobbing this in and sending it over the bar. Monaghan player down injured. As Kerry going to the attack. Tomas O'Shea. Running forward is Kieran Donaghy, looking for possession. Lays it back, where's Darren O'Sullivan. Gone inside is Tomas O'Shea. They're queuing up, they hits it, and that is over the bar. 10 seconds left in actual injury time. Black book aimed at a Monaghan player. The injury time has been played of 3 minutes. Yellow card for Owen Lennon. And a red card as well. Or for Dick Clerkin, I should say. Monaghan reduced to 14 players. But it doesn't matter because Kerry have survived. They are through to the All-Ireland semi-final on the 26th of August. Monaghan players fall to the ground, crestfallen, heartbroken. The All-Ireland champions go through to the semi-final against Dublin on the 26th of August. Full-time score, Kerry 112, Monaghan 111. What a game.
This first semi-final had echoes of the great 80s rivalry with Billy Morgan still in charge of Cork and former player Colm Coyle now managing Meath. Fired on by free-scoring forwards, Meath are hoping to make it third time unlucky in successive semi-finals for their southern rivals Cork.
Picked up by Ger Spillane. Noel O'Leary. Centre half forward is Pierce O'Neill. John Miskela scored a goal against Sligo after 17 minutes. Donnacha O'Connor hitting this one sweetly over the crossbar for the opening score. Kick out by Brendan Murphy. Ball into space. Taking up the responsibility here is Father Byrne. Sending it low far as Stephen Bray. Two Cork players around him. Swings it in for Shane O'Rourke. That's a good ball. Twisting and turning. Swings the right boot. Connects with the ball and sends it over. Graham Canty. Centre half back, Ger Spillane. Canty goes forward. Beginning to pose problems. That freedom, the shackles of playing full back has taken off the Bantry Blues man. Daniel Goulding from the Aero Club in Ovens. Clubmate of his, Dermot Kerwin, will be refereeing the All-Ireland Senior Hurling Final. native of Ballishkenock in County Offaly, as Daniel Goulding gets the radar operating. It's his first point in this All-Ireland semi-final. Michael Shields ends up with O'Leary once more. Michael Cusson operating around the centre of the park. Kevin McMahon. Plenty of running off the ball by Cork. This is Donnacha O'Connor getting the return. Kevin McMahon getting inside the cover. Coming from midfield is Nicholas Murphy. Uses the fist and puts it over the bar. I'm sure there was a lot of debate, Martin, over the last couple of weeks. Would they stick with Cusson at full forward? I think the word in the street was that he was going to be moved out around the midfield area. Here's Nicholas Murphy. Beautiful catch. Lays it into the path of Noel O'Leary. The Cork half-backs are moving forward at every opportunity. Comes back off the post. Comes out far as John Miskela. Cork are threatening. Nobody minded him. He uses the fist for the second time in a row after Nicholas Murphy. And another point for John Miskela. Noel O'Leary. The marking by Meath is rather poor. Here comes Donnacha O'Connor. Inside is Spillane. O'Connor goes solo. Fabulous point. Noel O'Leary. Ball given away. Intercepted by Cormac McGuinness. Shane O'Rourke spraying it over to the far side. Better football out of Meath. Here's Cian Ward laying it off as Nigel Crawford. Nice ball inside. Good scoring position. And it's taken. Ball into the space for Peter Byrne to chase after. From Ballinlough. Club that also produced the great Jody Devine. Inside is Shane O'Rourke unmarked. Brian Farrell wants it to his left. Farrell is there, but it's O'Rourke that takes the point. Breaking ball. Snapped up almost by Nicholas Murphy. Shane O'Rourke loses it. Backfires Pierce O'Neill. John Miskela. Ball barely ever making Noel O'Leary. Cusson saw the challenge coming from Kevin Riley. Floats one in instead for Donnacha O'Connor. Tries to get an angle for himself. Succeeds. And that is a beautiful kick. It's his third point. All of them from play. And Cork are back in front by one. John Miskela. Backfires Daniel Goulding. Hits it onto the left tag. And the umpires agree. It is over the bar. Lays it back for Nicholas Murphy. Gets the return. Carrigaline and Ballincollig. That's a good ball in for O'Connor. Stephen Kenny is back there. O'Connor lays it back. This is good movement by Cork. Chance for Kevin McMahon to float it in over the crossbar. And it's there by centimetres. As Meath go into the attack, Stephen Bray is a jersey pull. It's a free in for Meath. Hits it perfectly. The Leesiders from down south with the advantage on the scoreboard, temporarily. Here's Conor McCarthy. Getting one through for his Pierce O'Neill. Willing to take on Kevin Riley. Jersey is pulled, and that's going to be a free in for Cork. Simple enough tap over for Daniel Goulding. Over this side is Mark Ward again. Gets away from Michael Cusson, ensuring that he's not blocked down for the second time. Stephen Bray gets away momentarily from Noel O'Leary, and that is over the bar. Letting long and high fires Michael Cusson. 6'7" Cusson against 6'1" Darren Fay. Pierce O'Neill has to go back. Fires Kevin McMahon. Scored one in the first half. Scores one in the second half. Derek Kavanagh playing well at centre field for his county. Ger Spillane. Graham Canty makes himself available, and it's back to Kavanagh once more. Coming from left corner back, the Ahada man, following in the footsteps of Conor Coonahan. Kieran O'Connor being chased by Brian Farrell. Barely kept in play. Conor McCarthy floating one in for Donnacha O'Connor. Stephen Kenny keeping him company. Backfires Kieran O'Connor, scored a point earlier in the championship, and that's lofted over the crossbar. Derek Kavanagh behind him in support. Kevin McMahon. Cork played much better with this short passing game. Darren Fay got a touch. Sideline ball quickly taken by Daniel Goulding. In first Kevin McMahon, getting inside the cover, gets inside Caoimhín King. There's a slight deflection. It's a goal for Cork. A simple goal, really. Kevin McMahon will take the credit, but there is a deflection here. Decided to take on Caoimhín King. Just got a left hand to it. It was enough to send it over to the sparing arms of the Meath goalkeeper Brendan Murphy. Cork 112, Meath 7 points.
Yes, all a result of a very quickly taken sideline free, and again lovely bit of quick thinking by Kevin McMahon. Again benefited from the deflection, but that's a killing score.
What a scoreline. 15 points to 7, an 8-point advantage. Well, we've all seen Meath, of all the counties in Ireland, they play right up to that final whistle. But this is an intimidating scoreline. Neil McKee, far as Nigel Crawford. Point on its way, perhaps, but it's tailing to the right and wide. Michael Shields. Almost 13 minutes since Meath last scored. Noel O'Leary, past the 45. Giving the ball inside, there's a chance of another goal. Going for the point is Pierce O'Neill. Michael Cusson. Conor McCarthy. Ball falls into the path of Pierce O'Neill. Daniel Goulding is over the other side. He's taking his point for his second. Nigel Crawford combining with his midfield partner Mark Ward. Floating this one in. 3 Cork lads underneath it. They bat it up. Graham Geraghty puts it in. Comes off the crossbar. It's on the goal line. Saved. Cian Ward is there. Referee Brian Crowe is there as well. The ball is scrambled out. And Anthony Lynch comes away with it. Dermot Duggan is on for Cork instead of Michael Shields, the corner back. Ball dropped in again. Brian Farrell comes out to gather it. Turning. Floating it very, very high. And over the crossbar. Donnacha O'Connor. Happy to tag on another one. 6 points for Donnacha O'Connor. 4 from play, 2 from frees. Meath fans leaving, heading home, very disappointed as Meath try one last rally. 19 points to 8. Stephen Bray takes his point. Certainly before this game started, I was in the Cork dressing room. I've never seen a more relaxed dressing room than Cork. They were really confident. They came up here last night to Dublin, making sure that they were ready. Nigel Crawford stopped by Graham Canty, punched away. Ger Spillane comes back for his Bray. They're looking for a goal here. They're trying to seek out Geraghty. Back it comes again. Pierce O'Neill is back there too. And so too is Dermot Duggan. And the referee, I think, is just going to give a throw ball here.
Yeah, I'm just watching Pierce O'Neill coming over there. He was embraced by Billy Morgan. Billy, certainly when you consider 40 years ago he won an All-Ireland here.
Here's Farrell. Blasek stopped again. When it's not your day, it's simply not your day. Donnacha O'Connor is the one man up front, taking on Darren Fay. Out as far as Alan Cronin. The referee, Brian Crowe, last year's All-Ireland final referee, blows the full-time whistle. Billy Morgan with his management team. Ger O'Sullivan, Christy Carney, Sean Murphy, Teddy Owens, they're all there. They're celebrating a wonderful victory. The two Grahams congratulate each other. Graham Geraghty of Meath says well done to Graham Canty. Billy Morgan says well done to Colm Coyle. And indeed Cork now look forward to play Kerry or Dublin in the All-Ireland final.
30 years after providing one of football's most famous days, the game's biggest pairing renew rivalry in an All-Ireland semi-final. Kerry are closing on back-to-back titles, while Dublin seek a semi-final win for the first time in 3 attempts. Ambition and razzmatazz meet craft and experience on the most eagerly awaited day of the season to date. Once again, tickets are gold dust and the action doesn't disappoint.
Something has got to give today. A lot of people talking about a draw, 13-2 the odds for that, but the rivalry between Dublin and Kerry is reborn in 2007. This match a means to an end. Cork wait in the All-Ireland final on the 16th of September. Kerry on the attack straight away, and straight in is Owen Brosnan, the centre forward, inside the first 14 seconds, and that's a perfect start for Kerry.
And look at the beautiful tip down by Brian Sheehan, his first touch, and what a clever one it is. And Brosnan is deadly at this, running onto it on the burst, even takes a late hit, and right between the posts. Fabulous start for the Kerry men.
Fabulous start for Brosnan. One or two people speculating he was under pressure for his place in this team. Well, the clutch to put the kick out right the way down towards Whelan and Scanlon. Punt forwards towards Kieran Donaghy. Ross McConnell behind him. And Donaghy, well, we expected to roam around. He'll stay in with the ball is pumped long. An accomplished footballer, Galvin, had trouble with that shoulder injury. Put it wide though. Here is Darragh O'Shea. 66 championship appearance today, equaling Dan O'Keefe's record. He played for Kerry for 18 years. O'Shea there since 1994. Brian Sheehan of Kerry, the new man in, and that's a little loose, and it's Bernard Brogan who's come back from the half-forward line to help out the Dublin defence. Now it's Paul Griffin, Brian Cullen, superb coming forward. There have been questions about his defensive ability. Whelan, big gap over on this near side, in towards Jason Sherlock, just helped it on, but it's come to Mark O'Shea for Kerry. And he surges forward, gallops forward, very accomplished with ball in hand. Jason Sherlock has gone with it. O'Shea has made a lot of ground for Kerry. Sheehan and the Gooch waiting inside. O'Shea still in possession. Here's Kieran Donaghy. He is roaming all over the place. Galvin now. Fabulous point, and big credit to Mark O'Shea. Kerry have made a super start. Dublin not able to win the kickouts. Brosnan fields it well. A point already to his name. The Gooch has some space. Here comes Galvin again. Very quickly. Scanlon with him. Galvin goes for it. A good block put in on him. It's another point for Kerry. Here's Conal Keaney. They expected a big game from him today. Alan Brogan. Was he being held? Referee said no, and Vaughan has put it wide. Well, they were all looking for the free. John Bannon wasn't interested, and Vaughan just snuck in unannounced.
I think he should have done better. You'll find this stays on the floor, and that's what he wants. That's perfect for him. Should have got it.
It's broken down, but Dublin have it. Shane Ryan, the workhorse at midfield. He was pulled back. Here's Cullen coming forward. Barry Cahill, Dublin's best defender, many feel. Will he get a goal here? Cahill takes the point, and they're off the mark. It missed O'Shea and Whelan, but not Shane Ryan. Scanlon trying to make up ground on Shane Ryan, who certainly has recovered from the knock a few minutes ago, and Ryan still going for Dublin. Just lost control of the ball. Here's Conal Keaney. Didn't fancy it on his right boot. Keaney trying to drill through. He'll have a go on his right boot now, and why not? Just a point between them. Owen Brosnan in towards Donaghy. He moves away again. Here's the Gooch. A runner inside. There's help. A chance. It's wide. That's a surprising wide from Declan O'Sullivan, the Kerry captain, and again it boils over.
Yeah, well, that's the aftermath of the miss, where the verbals are raised. You go straight back to the guy that had the miss, and we've talked about this earlier on in the season. It's a dreadful piece of sports psychology they're introducing. Puts the heat up in a lot of players. But what a miss.
It was a big opportunity. Here's another one, possibly for Dublin, with Kieran Whelan to Alan Brogan. Brogan getting free one way, then the other. Alan Brogan, they're all queuing up waiting for him inside. Brogan going for it himself. That would be, and is, a remarkable point from Alan Brogan, and the sides are level. Kerry opened with 3 in a row. Dublin have 3 in a row now. The tide is blue at the moment. Here's Mark Vaughan taking on Reedy. Reedy can't get close enough to him. Vaughan has missed 2 bad ones. He's got that one now. It's Owen Brosnan now. Brosnan with so much space. Casey coming to try and close him down. Henry there too. They've left Sheehan free. Put it over the bar. Alan Brogan. That's Mark O'Shea. Great feet from Brogan, but O'Shea still goal side of him. Brogan very quick over that 5-yard spell where it makes the difference and he gets away from the markers, but he was closed down, and there's surely some holding on Bernard Brogan. Been manhandled to the ground. Referee didn't see it that way, or maybe didn't see it at all. Kerry have lost the ball. Galvin and Sherlock involved again. And it's kind of ruining the match, all this messing.
It's great tackling in the early stages by the Dublin attack, but Galvin goes in strong. Referee gives the free.
Griffin and Casey getting to know each other. Vaughan putting that over. Unsuccessful with his first free, and that's the first pointed free of the game. Conal Keaney caught high by Seamus Scanlon. Movement from Jason Sherlock. And now Bernard Brogan coming through. Tomas O'Shea picking him up. Brogan having to turn back again. Brogan has got that. That's a peach of a point. A lovely score. Here's Colin Cooper. Yet to score in this All-Ireland semi-final. That could change right now. Oh, that is wonderful. What a fantastic score. Aidan O'Mahony. Oh, they've had a lapse in concentration, and now it's Bernard Brogan. He's free from Tomas O'Shea. Brogan trying to barrel his way through, and he's dragged to the ground. It's a free in. Here we go again. Well done, Jason Sherlock, to get the ball back for Dublin.
He did very well. Well, now there's Bernard Brogan selling a dummy to the referee, because it's he that pulls down the Kerry man. Here's a handy one.
There's been a yellow card for Mark O'Shea while you were watching that incident which led to the Dublin free, which Conal Keaney has converted. Look at where McConnell and Donaghy were. Donaghy is drifting out the field, and McConnell going man-to-man and staying with him. Kerry with the ball. Here's Gooch Cooper. He's got away from Griffin. Has plenty of help there. Cooper wants to go for it himself. Has scored one fantastic point already. He's got another lovely one. Alan Brogan with Mark O'Shea. Now Conal Keaney, his trademark slide in to collect the ball. Killian Young is with him. They've got Brogan free. Brogan with the fist, and Brogan with the point. Will it finish with 15 against 15? Dublin leading by 2. That's Declan O'Sullivan. And that's a lovely score. Killian Young surging forward and doing really well for Kerry. Brogan tried to challenge him but couldn't manage it. Donaghy's got away from Ross McConnell. Here's Colin Cooper. A few yards on Griffin. Cooper one way, then the other. Didn't foul the ball. Killian Young again. Just a sand iron in there. Goal! What a fantastic goal! Declan O'Sullivan, the Kerry captain, popped up in the key position. Only the second goal that Dublin have conceded in the championship. Fabulous finish. Cluxton could do nothing about it. Perfect start to the second half for Kerry. The Kerry people spoke about and that Dublin people were concerned about. Here's Brian Sheehan. Sheehan's got space. He's got away from David Henry. And it's a brilliant point. A lovely score from Sheehan. His second. Paul Galvin. Paul Casey with him, a great battle between those two. Casey trying to come back at Galvin. Here's Owen Brosnan. Brosnan is blocked down by Casey. Designs on a goal. Brosnan has a great goal-scoring record for a half-forward. Denied on that occasion. Here's Shane Ryan. Lost control of it. Brian Sheehan put him off. Collie Moran pulls on it. Referee didn't like that. The Kerry player down injured. John Bannon's coming in to take action.
Very wild pull. Missed solo by Shane Ryan. Yeah, comes right across. It's Killian Young, actually. Watch this one now, Dara. This fella hits a massive ball.
A la Maurice Fitzgerald, somebody said to me during the week. It's a long way out. There's a little breeze, which is helping Kerry in the second half. A great strike from Sheehan. Oh, fantastic! Dublin have 3 players warming up at the moment. They are yet to score in this second half. Conal Keaney foul. Short pulled back. Tom O'Sullivan. Well, wasn't it around this time in the semi-final against Mayo last year that Dublin were 7 points up?
Well, they're 5 down now, and this will be the big test for them.
Vaughan, they need this, and they've got it. Scanlon just in front of him. There's help too from Tomás O'Shea. He tries to punch a hole in the Dublin cover, and he spots a gap, and he's going all the way through. The pace from O'Shea, incredible, and the point, fantastic. Dublin can't make the ball stick up front at all. Declan O'Sullivan. Colm Cooper. Dublin need to make switches. Here's Owen Brosnan, the goal-scoring specialist, but he takes the point that time. Here's Ray Cosgrove. There's nobody very close to the Kerry goal. They've all been dragged out the field. Now Conal Keaney is the furthest forward as Kieran Whelan has the ball in hand. Keaney has to come close. Bernard Brogan there. Kerry just swarming around Dublin, but Shane Ryan is sneaking forward. That's Kieran Donaghy who's there with him. Ryan pulled back by Donaghy. There was a goal-scoring chance there for Dublin, certainly, and he was denied. If there is a professional foul in Gaelic games, you've just seen it.
But he could have just given it 1 second more, I feel. Ryan was getting back up to his feet. That's a professional foul, no doubt about that. But he's just about to get up here again. And if he just held his breath for a second, play might have gone on.
And that's Mark Vaughan. And Whelan catches one cleanly for the second time in the second half. David Henry to Ray Cosgrove. He took his eye off it, but the referee spotted a little push in there on the Dublin attacker, and it's a free.
It's a handy one, because he was trying to do the flick. He wasn't trying to catch it. And he made too much of it and pushed it over the line himself. Pat O'Shea not happy.
I think Vaughan actually fancied a go at that from the 45-metre line just outside, but Keaney wants it himself. Here's Cosgrove, and Conal Keaney has got free here. Keaney closer to goal. Can he curl it round? Yes, he can. Seamus Scanlon. Darragh O'Shea. Blocked down by Darren McGee, and now it's Brian Cullen, and that roar goes up again around Croke Park. Collie Moran, they're 4 points down. Cosgrove on his left boot, off the woodwork again. Ross McConnell over the heads of a couple of players. Paul Galvin there. There seemed to be a sharp pull there. A foul on Alan Brogan, and a free into Dublin, and Mark Vaughan will have an opportunity to bring them within a goal of Kerry. Yellow card for Mark O'Shea has been booked now.
When I went up initially, I was sure it was Tomás O'Shea that was involved, which of course would have been big trouble for Tomás. They look very alike from this distance.
They look very alike when you're standing beside the two of them. Here's Mark Vaughan now to bring them within 3, and he's got it. Conal Keaney out in front of Tom O'Sullivan. Alan Brogan, 2 waiting inside. Ray Cosgrove has got free. That's Alan Brogan with a fantastic point. Just over 5 minutes of the regulation, 70 remaining. Shane Ryan has it. Every time they get the ball, the place just nearly erupts. Here's Paul Casey. They're still in arrears. The All-Ireland champions leading. Brian Cullen as Dublin swarm forward. Cullen to put them within a point, and he's done it.
Oh, Cluxton is holding this one up. Everybody's going to close in on him. This is dangerous. Oh, silly.
Well, he's in trouble. He's played it straight to Kieran Donaghy. How big a mistake will that be by Stephen Cluxton? Donaghy plays it forward. Kerry trying to get players forward. That's Declan O'Sullivan there, one way then the other. Kerry struggling for a score. Here's Brian Sheehan. Back to O'Sullivan. They've been forced back away from the Dublin goal. Tomás O'Shea. Shane Ryan putting pressure on him. They're lining up a green and gold wall in front of the Dublin goal. Here's Colm Cooper. Now an opportunity. And the point from Sean O'Sullivan. What price a Dublin goal at this stage? That was brilliant from Darragh O'Shea. popping up in the right place at the right time for Kerry. Are they taking control again at the crucial time as they close in on a place in the All-Ireland final? Here's an opportunity, that's O'Sullivan. We're in the last minute of normal time, 4 to be added on. Here's Brian Cullen. Cullen just steadies himself for the shot, and that's a fantastic point. A lovely score from Brian Cullen. Killian Young comes across to stop his progression. Here's McConnell. He spots Alan Brogan, and that's a free in. Mark O'Shea was all over Alan Brogan as he tried to get to that ball, and who's going to kick the free? It'll be Conal Keeney, and Mark O'Shea protesting his innocence.
Oh, descent. Oh, how silly.
Well, the ball has been moved closer to the Kerry goal. We're in the dying minutes of an All-Ireland semi-final, and he's put it over the bar. They're just a point behind. Here's Colin Cooper, the equivalent of heading for the corner flag they're doing right now. Seamus Scanlon, will they make a mistake with possession? No, they won't. For the moment, O'Sullivan there, Tomas O'Shea. It's just keep ball for Kerry. Will there be a scoring opportunity? It's fallen to Darren O'Sullivan, and is that the clincher? Here is Darren O'Sullivan, gets away from Brian Cullen, and that's a foul from Kieran Whelan, a very high and dangerous challenge on Darren O'Sullivan, and that would appear to be it, as Kerry will take, as they're entitled to, as much time as they possibly can over this. There's a yellow card against Kieran Whelan for the high challenge, but that indiscipline will cost Dublin another and a last scoring opportunity.
Well, the game is up now for all intents and purposes. Dublin are up by 2. And there it is.
There it is, it's all over, and Kerry have come through, and they will play Cork in the All-Ireland final on the 16th of September. Kerry 115, Dublin 16 points.
Football's most enduring rivalry finally gets the biggest stage all to itself as Cork meet Kerry for the first time in an All-Ireland football final. The two bordering counties are meeting for the 7th time in 3 championships, and ironically, Kerry hope to become the first county since the Cork team of 1990 to retain the Sam Maguire Cup.
So let's start with the Rebels. And for Cork's first All-Ireland final appearance in 8 years, only Nicholas Murphy in midfield today was part of their last starting final 15. That was against Meath, of course. Another, Anthony Lynch, misses out because of injury, while 2 subs that day in '99 finally get their chance today. That's Alan Quirke in goal, and left half John Miskela. The significant change up front since the semi-final win has been the recall of the recovered James Masters, with Daniel Goulding losing out. Kerry have named an unchanged team from that which saw off the Dubs at the end of August. It means that 8 of these players are starting a 4th successive All-Ireland final. Among them goalkeeper Diarmuid Murphy, top scorer Colm Cooper, and the O'Shea brothers Tomas and Mark. The other brother Dara, of course, missed the 2004 final because of an injury. But even so, he's facing Cork this afternoon for the 18th time in the championship, and he's won 10 of those. Listen to the roar. It's the beginning of the 118th Munster or All-Ireland football final. Seems like a Munster football final. Munster final moved to Croke Park. And straight away Mark O'Shea fouled in possession. Free to Kerry, taken by his brother Tomas. Ger Spillane over there, not quite able to hold it. The ball is going to be a little bit greasy. Michael Shields keeping it away from Brian Sheehan. Going low to take it here is Michael Cusson, 6'7" tall, trainee Garda. Dara O'Shea knows this scene so terribly well. Kerry with the All-Ireland final experience, been here so many times. They've kept Noel O'Leary away off Paul Galvin, that's interesting. 2 men who've known to have a bit of a fiery temper. That's James Masters. Coming down towards Pierce O'Neill. Gathered in securely, and fouling him is Tomas O'Shea in the view of the match referee. Here's what happened again. Well, this will be taken by the man who's come back, received that facial injury in the match against Sligo at the quarter-final stage. At that particular time in the season, I think he felt the season of the championship was over. But he's back, and he's got the opening point of the day. In the 3rd minute, Cork go in front, and that's a confidence booster for James Masters. Here's Aidan O'Mahony, thundering through the centre this time, the other number 6 after him. The all-star Ger Spillane does well. O'Mahony holds on securely. Nice release to Owen Brosnan. Kerry recycled again with O'Mahony. Last year's man of the match in the All-Ireland final. And that's over the bar. Wonderful shot. Getting good distance. Breeze blowing across the field, if anything. And that's going to be a free in for Cork. And Michael Cousins, that time making his presence felt, and Tom O'Sullivan has picked up a ticking for that. Well, Cork have free takers for the right-hand side and for the left-hand side. So left of goal, it's the man with the right boot from Ballydesmond. Donnacha O'Connor will take it, watched by his dad, Dan, who's a Kerry man. Catches it really well. Over the bar. Up towards Kieran Donaghy, last year's player of the year. Huge one in, it was intended for Gooch. Quirk gets there instead. Good goalkeeping. Very solid number 1 for Cork. Ger Spillane just about getting it out. In difficulty. Picked up here by Declan O'Sullivan, the Kerry captain. O'Leary coming in to challenge, and then Shields as well. Between them they got him, but the referee didn't like the nature of the challenge, and for the sandwich it's a Kerry free in.
Yes, I think it was Cousin and Shield actually made a sandwich of Owen Brosnan at that time. And again, it must be said, Cork are applying great pressure in every area of the field to date.
So Declan O'Sullivan's foul results in Brian Sheehan getting a chance to put this one over the bar. Just left of goal. Man from St Mary's. Usually very good at these. Playing today in his 17th championship match. Catches it perfectly. Nicely over. Match tied. 2 points apiece. Alan Quirk. Straight down the centre to try and win the ball. And Michael Cusson came out to collect that kick out. That may well be the tactic. Noel O'Leary now. Oh, it's a great block down. Brilliantly done by Owen Brosnan. Seamus Scanlon next to pick it up here. Darragh O'Shea, his midfield partner. Back once again to Brosnan, who made that great block. Good counter-attacking by Kerry. The champions set off looking for the lead point here. And there's a foul inside. And the referee shows the notebook to Michael Shields. This was the block moments ago here by Owen Brosnan. Has his critics, but he works really hard. Shows great endeavour. The Gooch kicking and putting it over. First point of the match for him. And Kerry are in front, 3-2. First time they lead. The two managers with a big task on their hands this afternoon. Many players foraging. Now the quick release inside to Donnacha O'Connor. Has Masters forward as a colleague. Needs support. Gets it from Conor McCarthy. Derek Kavanagh. Kerry get a chance to get their players back. The break wasn't quickly enough done by Cork. They hold it, however. That's Masters. High up into the air. Fisted away there from Declan O'Sullivan. And the referee saw another foul, and the notebook is shown this time to Mark O'Shea. Well, the referee has been busy showing the cards. They're all black cards so far. This is where O'Shea was coming out and pushing Donnacha O'Connor down. Chance then for Cork to tie it up here. And once again it's going to be the Ballydesmond player who will take it. Well, 1 from 1 so far for the number 15. This to level the game. He's done exactly that. He's certainly on his game. For the Whites, 3 for the Kingdom. Scanlon back in, the goalkeeper comes, he misses, and it's in the back of the net, and it's Colin Cooper. 1-3 to 3 points in the 17th minute. It should have been a goalkeeper's ball, you would feel, when it was played in invitingly by Seamus Scanlon, but the Gooch got there first and put in his 12th championship goal, and Kerry lead 1-3 to 3 points. Well, if the goalkeeper's going to come for that, he's really got to get it. Here's Reedy. Tomas O'Shea. Played forward once again here. Killian Young loves to attack. An incisive ball across here to Kieran Donaghy. Back in towards Cooper. Causing problems from Kieran O'Connor again, and O'Connor's in real trouble, and so are Cork. It's a goal and 2 points now for Colm Cooper. That's in towards Donnacha O'Connor, and he's got a thump into the back that time by Tomas O'Shea, who hasn't been noted so far, but he has now. This a much easier kick for James Masters, and this to put 3 points between the teams again. He's got it. That's fisted away again into the centre of the park. This free to be taken here by Tomas O'Shea. Inside towards Donaghy. Looking to turn this way and that, almost taking too much out of it, then getting in the solo before Nicholas Murphy can come in. Declan O'Sullivan holding it up. Again, a probing ball in there. Brosnan's about. He spells danger usually. And in the end, it is Paul Galvin who kicks. And that is over the bar. Kieran O'Connor. Cork come looking for scores. Donnacha O'Connor trying to nip inside. McCarthy back once again towards McMahon. Lobbed in towards Cusson. Catching it well, just as he did in Killarney, and just as he did in Killarney, he puts it over the bar. It's collected here by Brian Sheehan. Forward for Tomas O'Shea. Remember the goal he got in the 2005 final against Tyrone? He'd love a point here, and he has got one. Start of the second half. 3 points the margin. And straight away it's Seamus Scanlon, and he's done so often in this game, winning possession. Tomas O'Shea down towards Donahue, who lets it spill. Michael Shields. Big task for him, keeping tabs on Donaghy. Donaghy hasn't scored so far. His scoring record isn't great in this year's championship anyway, but he does create havoc, and he's creating havoc here, and he's got an open goal! Oh, what a gift that is! He burgled the ball and put it into the back of the Cork net in the first minute of the second half. And Kerry lead by 2 clear goals. What happened here? It was stolen and put in the back of the net. Ger Spillane, the one who lost possession, had his pockets picked, and Donaghy let fly, couldn't miss from there. John Miskela. Oh, then losing his concentration, stealing away possession was Seamus Scanlon, the Gooch picking it up. Cooper to turn inside and out he goes against Michael Shield. Scanlon stayed forward, and that's over the bar. Here's Michael Cusson. Well, he has come out around midfield at this stage just to get the ball, and they lose it. That was stolen by Owen Brosnan. He's got it back again thanks to Declan O'Sullivan. Now Colm Cooper. O'Sullivan next to him. Pass not the best, however. Held out there by Conor McCarthy. Back in towards O'Sullivan again. Kerry threatening to run riot. Comes down off the post and over the bar. Conor McCarthy overhitting the pass towards Anthony Lynch. Galvin nipping in instead. And away come Kerry once again with Brian Sheehan. One forward to aim at down there. That's the Gooch. Colm Cooper in against Graham Canty. Exploiting the space. And off the post. And that's the second one that's got off the post for Kerry. And it's Colm Cooper now with a goal and 3. Here's Nicholas Murphy. Hasn't dominated as he was expected to do. But then you could say that about quite a few of the colleagues as well. Reedy, second time of asking, going, taking it, pursued by several Cork men. Fintan Gould's after him. The referee has blown his whistle and he's signalling a free into Cork. And Fintan Gould and his colleague will take anything that is going. Pádraig Reedy was ticked already, so the referee is going to call back the number 4. And this is probably going to be the first yellow card of the match, coming in the 45th minute.
Yeah, I thought he might have been actually given the free in a couple of moments earlier than that. He thought he fouled the ball as it came in high in the first place.
It'll be Donncha O'Connor who will take it. Kerry are winning this match by 10 points, and fans will think back of the other semi-finals. This is a final, but the semi-finals were Kerry also dominated by big, wide margins. Now the margin is down to 9. The man having a party right now is Darragh O'Shea. Outside to his younger brother Mark, pursued by Donncha O'Connor. On by Galvin, on as far as Owen Brosnan, hasn't scored so far in this final, trying to put that right. Here's another chance, and another one for Donaghy. Kerry can do no wrong. Cork's full back line all over the place. Another wretched piece of defending, and Kieran Donaghy adds to the goal. He got at the start of the half. 13 minutes after the first, the two backs, goalkeeper and defender, can't get the ball away. Michael Shields and Adam Quirk get in a tangle, a right mess, and Donaghy says, thanks a million, lads. It's 3-10 to 7 points for Cork. Kerry looking wonderful, Cork looking wretched. Touch of the damage limitation. And again, Kerry refused to give them an inch. Showing good competitive spirit, Mark O'Shea. In towards Michael Cusson this time. In beyond him. Gould's coming. Oh, that's in the corner. And that is by Daniel Goulding. Cork get one back. Well, the fans are happy with that one. They still feel there's a chance. They look at the scoreboard, see 9 between them. It was Goulding who came in here and into the corner. Player who was so lethal at the Under-21 Championship, held on and held on, got away with it and into the corner.
And that ball came across, I think it was meant for Michael Cousins. Cousins let it go beyond him. And again, Daniel Goulding showed great anticipation that time. Cut across in front of Pádraig Reedy and shot it very well to the net. But they need 1 or 2 more of those in quick succession. Some
Cork fans were leaving. I think some of them decided to stay. Here's Anthony Lynch. Galvin getting in a tangle with him. Then the frustration spilling over. And that's unnecessary. We're seeing the man bags rather than the handbags once again in a Gaelic football match. Totally unnecessary, wasted time.
Yeah, it's unnecessary, and again Darragh O'Shea's coming in here now with Derek Cavan. Again, it's so unnecessary. Kerry are in control of that. They should be drawing away their players, not getting involved in that. They're in control of the match. And again, it's ridiculous what's happening.
Just show us what you can do as footballers. Forget the boxing. That's for another arena. Here we go again.
Yeah,
Galvin was in here fouling Anthony Lynch.
Yeah, definitely fouled Anthony Lynch. And again, I think Donncha O'Connor took exception to it and came in. And again, there's a little bit of guys pulling at each other.
Todd O'Shea with just a bit longer now to go. We're in the 58th minute.
Yeah, but there's a way more fluency to the Kerry team than there is to the Cork team. And again, much more economical up front. And again, you just cannot see Cork getting back into it unless, again, they get another goal very quickly.
Here comes Donncha O'Connor, having a go himself. And he finds the range perfectly. Cork with it all to do. Noel O'Leary. Here's Kieran O'Connor. Fintan Gould. One of the young players for the future, that's for certain. Not with that pass, however. Intercepted easily, and away once again come Kerry and Colin Cooper. Michael Shields dragging him back, pulling his jersey, free in, not a doubt about it. And Michael Shields was ticked already, and this time I think he is going to get a yellow card, and it's going to be Cork's second. So Shields, second recipient of a yellow card for the men in red. Free conceded, however, to Kerry, who are leading very comfortably. You can't afford to give them gifts and make mistakes like Cork have done in this final. Cooper a goal in 3 so far. And has it got the legs? It has. Good kick. Terrific competitor, Colm Cooper. Real crowd pleaser. About 8.5 minutes of the game remaining. Donnacha O'Connor way back in his own half-back line, trying to provide the fodder. And again, the referee has blown his whistle. Cork want to take the free quickly. Inside towards Nicholas Murphy, who's moved into the full forward position. They need a goal or two. Daniel Goulding's got a goal already, this time with the right boot, and he plants it over the bar. Good return from a man who came on at half-time. Goal and a point. Good scoring by Daniel Goulding. And there's going to be another change now, and Darren O'Sullivan is going to come on for Kerry in place of Owen Brosnan. And when you have players like this, like Sean O'Sullivan, like Darren O'Sullivan, like Mike Frank Russell, who hasn't played it all so far but is down there warming up, and you never know, he might come on. And there he is. What a bench that is to have. And Gooch comes again. Back onto the left, which he prefers. And he's got enough on it this time as well. Goal and 5. Another man of the match type performance from Colm Cooper. And just listen to the Kerry crowd. And even the Cork fans, I suspect here, though they'll be bitterly disappointed, they recognise a genius at work here. And that is a terrific score. Tommy Griffin is in place of Killian Young, in to share the last 5 minutes of the 118th All-Ireland football final, which has been a disappointment from the point of view of a contest. It was poor in the first half, and with the gift goals in the second for Kerry, Cork struggled. And even at that, Aidan O'Mahony with a wonderful steal. And look at the support, 4 players in a line there, like at the Rugby World Cup, coming forward again here with purpose and determination and a game plan. O'Mahony, 1 point in the first half. Support again available. This is Declan O'Sullivan. They might be winning this and winning it handily, but Sean O'Sullivan wants a point on the board, and the record books will show that he scored in the All-Ireland final. Man from Cromagh raises the flags once again. This was the move, inventive and a lovely finish. And his team poised to lift Sam. They're ahead by 10, and we're in the 3rd minute of injury time in a disappointing 2007 All-Ireland football final. Disappointment for Billy Morgan, who shows great loyalty to his team. He's one of the greatest coaches I've ever come across in Gaelic football. Terrific manager. We wait for the whistle now from David Coldrick. Kerry retain Sam Maguire. Deservedly they win the All-Ireland Championship. The winners in 2007, Gooch and company. Gooch with a goal and 5 points. Kieran Donaghy, who got 2 second-half goals. A match he will remember for a long, long time. The fans come in to celebrate with their team, with their heroes. And at the end of it all, they are the champions, and they win the title for the 35th time. Another disappointing afternoon in a final for Cork. Beaten in the last few finals now that they've competed in, lost in 99, lost in 93, and they've lost in 2007. It's Kerry the champions by 3-13 to 1 goal and 9 for Cork.
I know it is traditional for the President to present the cup, but on this special day for the Arch-Shurahor and his last All-Ireland final and 30-year service, Liam, I want you to present the cup to the Kerry captain, Declan O'Sullivan.
Liam Mulvihill is going to present Sam Maguire. A lovely touch. Very rarely do Kerry captains get to receive it 2 years running. Declan O'Sullivan is such a captain. 2 in a row for Kerry. They're champions once again.
So that's Sam for another year, as the Kingdom add 1 more title to their treasure chest. Will this be the Kerry team that eventually win the much coveted 5 in a row?
Sam Maguire Trophy on behalf of this absolutely fantastic bunch of individuals. Fellas who've given their whole lives for Kerry football. fellas whose character has been questioned, fellas talking about them left, right and centre, disrespecting them, but it's the way Kerry people answer back. This is what it's about. 50,000 Kerry people in the All-Ireland final here with Samoa.
Thanks again to all the players, fans and GAA volunteers nationwide for making Sam 07 such a great year.